So just, my name's Tom Flanagan, and talking a little bit about today about hopefully what we can do to go after scammers and rug pullers in the future. And actually, I was just talking with those guys. I missed their panel, but they were talking about deploying smart contracts. I'm hoping that can sort of help in the future. But anyways, I want to talk quickly about Bob. Everyone likes using that. It's like that general, normal, everyday American guy name. So Bob, one day he calls me up, and I said, "What's going on, Bob?" He said, "Well, I just put all my money into this investment. I thought I was going to make a lot of money. You know, I invested a little more than I should have. And I woke up in the morning and checked it out, and all the money's gone." I said, "So what exactly happened, Bob? What'd you get into?" He starts telling me about crypto and DeFi. And then he invested in this new coin that was supposed to be launching. And if he put in a certain amount of money into their token, he'd get something crazy back, like, 1,000%. So I said, "Well, Bob, I mean, that sort of sounds too good to be true." And he's like, "Yeah, but I saw it on Twitter, and they were on Instagram, and they had a website, and, I mean, how could I go wrong?" So anyways, as you guys are probably aware, if you're not new to the space, Bob got rug pulled. Bob put in about $5,000 of his savings, thinking he was going to get, 5, 10x, and Bob lost everything. So, put that down. Anyways, and if you guys know anything about Bitcoin, or other types of coins, yes, it's traceable on the blockchain, but the problem is once you invest in these pools and someone comes and takes your money, they pull the rug out from under you, so to speak, where the term came from. I mean, it's gone. What's Bob going to do? So yes, we can help Bob track the money, but really, as it stands right now, prevention is always a better key, and there's certain things Bob could have done to look into it better, which I'll go through briefly. I only have 10 minutes, so I mean, how can we realistically help Bob here? Well, I can hire, auditors. There's people out there that know how to trace, say, he lost Bitcoin. We could probably trace or track the Bitcoin, which wallets it went to, but, is Bob really gonna, realistically, as we stand here today, gonna get any of that back? More likely not, especially because it's only, maybe $5,000. So yes, we could help Bob by going to law enforcement, but unless you get a really big group of people together, they don't have the resources right now to track down, every little person that gets scammed, unfortunately. So what I'm hoping for, what I'm envisioning is, and sort of to backtrack a little bit, is I'm sure everyone knows now when you have to go to an exchange over the last several years, you have to submit documents to show who you are. You got to submit statements. You got to submit your ID, especially if it's an American-based exchange, or for them to do business in America like Coinbase or Binance. Also known as the KYC. That comes from anti-money laundering laws. So things like that, can help protect Bob, because things that go in and out of a major exchange versus some black hole that they just set up somewhere, I don't know, the not too distant metaverse, that at least Bob has a chance. So. But the problem is we all kind of have to be, crypto ambassadors, so to speak, because I don't want to just get up here for 10 minutes and just talk about, things that you can do to prevent things from like that from helping or happening to somebody like Bob, because it's sort of, when bad things happen, it tends to delegitimize the space, and then politicians go out there and like, oh, we got to protect everybody from Bitcoin. It's, it's just a scam, this and that, and then they tend to over-regulate. Everyone jumps the gun and they overdo it. So we kind of all have to be ambassadors to help out people like Bob. From people who maybe aren't, so savvy. Like, my mom and dad are definitely not getting into Bitcoin. I'm gonna say that right now. So it's always, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of the cure. So, there are services out there that can help. There was actually, the Rug Doc was up here yesterday. I thought that was a good speech where they can actually audit. Before you invest in one of these DeFi projects, they have services like them. They'll audit the smart contract code that you're looking at to see if there's any red flags. Like when you go to invest your money, it's going to lock your money for a certain amount of time, or you can't exchange it, and you have no idea that code's in there because maybe you're not, like Bob, you're not exactly a computer programmer. There's also other services like Token Sniffer, that will analyze what they do is they compare the different tokens to known bad actors, and if it's like an 80-90% match that this is the same or similar token, they're not really offering you anything different, and that's also a big red flag. So there's other resources out there, which I'm going to be putting up on the website code over there. And I guess if you're not very savvy, stick to the major Bitcoin exchanges for now, like especially if you want to get into DeFi. I'm not going to really list them all. But anyways, I'm almost up on time already. Anyways, my vision for the future, and of course this isn't financial or legal advice, so you got to give the disclaimer. I'm really hoping like smart contracts and different types of insurance that are coming out, like on the Luna protocol or other protocols where they're launching games. There's a smart contract. If you invest a certain amount of money and you lose a certain amount of money, the if then that, you can at least get your money back for legitimate, investments that go bad, that would be vetted. And hopefully international partnerships to track down bad actors, other attorneys, international lawyers, because honestly, 98% of the mainstream population has really no idea. Maybe they've heard of Bitcoin, but they have no idea how any of that works, let alone DeFi, how that DeFi works. So yeah, I'm just trying to bring awareness to that type of issue. I know you guys are probably a lot more savvy than most of the people out there, but there's a lot of people getting taken advantage of, and hopefully there's something we could do about it in the future with the blockchain itself. I don't really have much more to add. I think my time's up. Are there any questions? Yeah, don't forget to go to the QR code for more information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.